What's good, everybody? It's Homes, and today, guys, I'm coming to you with a brand new video. But before we get into the video, guys, go and leave a like, comment what you guys want to see next, and of course, subscribe if you have not already, because I'm going crazy. And as you guys can see from the title, it's going to be a Swordsoul Tenyi combo tutorial / deck profile post Supreme Darkness. And wow, when I tell you this support is nuts, this support is nuts. And as always, guys, check out all the socials down below. I do plan on going live very soon on Twitch, so check me on there. And without further ado, guys, let's get right into the video. Alright, guys, so of course, like I said before, I'm going to be showcasing about 3 combos, I think, and then I also have a deck file at the end of the video, so stay tuned for that. And before we start the video, guys, leave a like if you like me or just like Swordsoul. But without further ado, guys, the combo is going to be Ashuna Vishuda. It's 2-card combo with any 3 random cards in hand. I only do this for the first combo where I show like the other 3 cards. After that, I definitely do not. But starting off, of course, guys, we start off with the Ashuna. So summon Ashuna if you control no effect monsters, link it away into the monk, and then from here we can go in and special summon out the Vishuda. I'm sure, guys, if you guys already know my channel, you guys kind of already know what these cards do. In the deck file, I'll explain them a lot better. But from here, we can summon out Ashuna from summoning out Adhara by banishing out the Ashuna, and then link, what the heck is going on with me? Synchro summon these 2 monsters into the brand new card, Mula Adhara. This card's really good. If this card is synchro summon and 2 or more worm monsters are in your graveyard and or banished, so we will always have it, right? But whatever, you can add 1 field spell from your deck to your hand. So again, it can be any field spell. It's kind of nasty. And then also has the other factor. It's like, while a non-effect monster on the field cannot be destroyed by card effects, your opponent cannot target this card with card effects and can make a second attack during battle phase. I like kind of doing this line first because they can't really imperm or veil us, and then Mula Adhara works very well because he's protected as long as we have the monk on the board, and they can search any field spell. From here, we add the Tenyinfinity, which is the new field spell. This card says when this card is activated, you can add 1 vessel for the dragon cycle or heavenly dragon circle from your deck to your hand. Tribute 1 worm monster, target 1 monster on the field, destroy it. Once per turn during the end phase, you can swap this card out for a flawless perfection of the Tenyi, or yeah, never mind, they can just get only that. I don't know what's wrong with me, but you get the field spell, flawless perfection, whatever, right? From here, we go ahead and we can proceed to activate Tenyinfinity to go ahead and add us our heavenly dragon circle. Now this is really nice because like it can search it, so technically speaking, you can, if you want, play 3 of one and then just 1 of the other just to search it. Whereas last time people were playing like 3 and 1, and it was just like bad because you're playing desires. From here, we activate heavenly dragon circle to tribute off our Adhara. Why can't I speak English today? Adhara, you serve your purpose, so you grab the Moyi. From here, of course, guys, we will banish the Adhara, like baby Adhara, to go ahead and add us our name to our hand, of course, because we have not normal summoned. From here, we can go ahead and activate our Moyi. Mosif will go ahead and activate to summon out a token. From here, guys, what we can do is we can synchro away into our Shishao. Now, Shishao, of course, if you guys don't know what it does, it just adds any Swordsoul card from our deck to our hand. And then, of course, Moyi will draw a card, chain link 1, chain link 2, because depending on what Moyi draws, it'll change Shishao's add. Shishao gets us Emergence. Technically, like, it depends on what you want to go for because Emergence is very limited in what it does. But I showcase the 2 options here. So you can add the Longyuan or you can add the Protoss. Of course, Protoss is the better one, but let's say Moyi drew into any of these other ones, then you know what I mean? We can go ahead and go into the Protoss or the Longyuan, whichever one we're missing. From here, what we can do is we can go ahead, for the combo sake, add the Protoss. In my opinion, I mean, you're always going for Protoss, like Dark Locking, turning off Malice. I think, what are they called? Freaking Ryziel turns off some of their nonsense cards as well. Turns off, like, Ubel, any of the other cards that you guys might run into. Protoss pretty good. So you banish 3, we summon out our Protoss, and then from here, make sure you guys always summon out Protoss and defense. 3k defense and can't be destroyed by card effects, pretty nasty. And then Protoss, if you guys don't know, declare 1 monster attribute, destroy a card on the field, and then if you do, your opponent cannot splash on monsters for that attribute for the rest of the turn, whatever. So we use Protoss, we lock them out of dark, and just like that, guys, we go into the regular Swordsoul combo, just using the Tenyis, and it feels pretty good because we are using the other brand new support cards as well, which Mula Adhara. I was trying to look for them, where the hell did he go? Mula Adhara, and we also have Tenyinfinity, and this card's pretty good because not only do we have a Dark Lock, we have an Effect Veiler Negate as well, and then we also have a Tribute to pop a card also, and I mean, it's probably not a lot, like you guys can see, like, oh, there's not a lot of disruptions, but we literally have a blanket no dark summoning clause, my boy. Like, what are you even talking about? And depending on what we play against, we pop a light, we pop a earth, we stop our opponent from playing, pop a light, stop the fiend smiths, you feel me? But that's it for the first combo, guys. A very quick and swift combo. Now let's go on to the second combo. All right, guys, now we're getting on to the second combo. Now again, it's going to be the same starters because I think that these are some of the best cards in your hand. Swordsoul is a deck that thrives off of 5-card combos, but basically, yeah, so seeing Ashuna and Vishuda is pretty good. From here, we special summon out the Ashuna, what is going on? Ashuna go ahead and link away into our monk, special out the Vishuda, and then we can go ahead and banish the Ashuna, of course, to go into our Adhara. From here, we can go ahead and proceed to synchro summon into Shishao this time instead of Mula Adhara. Even though Mula Adhara does technically feel safer around hand traps, it just depends, right? Like if you already have normal summon, Shishao goes ahead and adds our Taya effect here, banish to summon a token. Make sure you guys go ahead and activate Adhara here, just so you don't forget, of course, because like depending on what happens, right? From here, we go ahead and add us the Ashuna, and then we can go ahead and synchro into a Baxia. I'm sure you guys are familiar with this line, especially when you go second, you just shuffle, but everything. Anyways, Taya goes ahead and dumps our Moyi, and then from here, we go ahead and activate Baxia to pop our monk to summon out the Moyi. Then we use the Moyi effect to go ahead and summon out the token. From here, we synchro the 2 monsters away into our new Adhara, Mula Adhara. Show me the Mula. So chainlink 1, chainlink 2. Make sure you guys always make sure Mula is chainlink 2, so you do not draw the target. That's important to note because we only have 1 field spell in the deck, so it says we don't really want to necessarily lose it. And of course, it technically increases the quality of our draws. Yes, like we lose to like a gamma or something, but like nobody's on that crap, bro. Trust me. And especially like a ghost ogre, trust me, they would have ogred some other shit. But basically, chainlink 1, chainlink 2, right? From here, this adds us our Tenyinfinity, and then Moyi will go ahead and draw a card. It doesn't really matter what we draw, a name, an extender, doesn't really matter, right? From here, Tenyinfinity goes ahead to add us either our Vessel or our Heavenly Dragon Circle, but from here, we can go ahead and add us our Circle. Of course, we activate our Circle to tribute off our Baxia because he has served his purpose, although some people do like to keep, what's his face? They like to keep Baxia on board because Baxia has pressure because like you can pop and read more, so like it forces it. I think Mula Adhara is pretty good as well because 3k attack, and if we get any non-effect monster on the field, he gets like freaking 50 million effects, so it's pretty good. From here, again, it depends on what you want to add. For the most part, you will be adding a proto, spoiler alert, because we want to turn off our opponent's dark monster effects. Now again, I'm sure you guys have seen the other combos where like you're doing like Chow Fang plays. I think that's all standard or old Swordsoul plays, so like I don't really need to showcase it. If you guys do want me to showcase more Swordsoul combos, just like let me know. But that's it for the second combo. Now let's go on to the third combo. Alright guys, now we are getting on to the third combo, and this is going to be the final combo before the deck file. So again, leave a like if you guys want to see more combos. Let me know. Hit me up on Discord, Twitter, things of that nature. But starting off, guys, we go ahead and we use Longyuan to go ahead and pitch Ashuna to summon out Longyuan. This will summon out a token. From here, we can go ahead and use Ashuna effect to summon out our Stana. Now again, Stana gets a lot better, especially with the new cards. From here, we can proceed to go ahead and sync our monsters away into our Shishao. Shishao's effect will activate to go ahead and add us our Taya. Then we can go ahead and not set Taya, normal summon the Taya, use Taya, banish out to summon out a token. From here, we can synchro our monsters away into Mula Adhara. So chainlink 1, chainlink 2. These chainlinks don't really matter because like, I mean, we're not drawing. Mula Adhara, go ahead and add us our Tenyinfinity. From here, we can go ahead and proceed to link our Mula Adhara away into Monk of the Tenyi. Now, this is why I was saying this is one of the most broken reasons why I think like the Tenyi cards are really good. Is like these cards take any non-linked Tenyi monster, so we can use this and then link it away. From here, we can activate Tenyinfinity. Tenyinfinity will activate to add us our Vessel for the Dragon Cycle. From here, we can activate Vessel to go ahead and dump the Adhara and proceed to add the new card, Tenyi Spirit Surya. Now, in my other combos, I did not show this card. This card is one of the main reasons why Swordsoul gets a massive power boost. Of course, there are cards like Longyuan and Dweller that are annoying, but Surya has this. If you control a worm monster or a face-up non-effect monster, special summon this card from your hand, she is a level 4 worm tuner. Pretty nasty. If this card is set to the graveyard, special summon 1 Tenyi link monster and then pay 1k per its link rating. From here, guys, what we can do is we can go ahead and special summon out our Surya because we have just literally worms all over the floor. And then from here, we can go ahead and proceed to sync our monsters away into our evil Longyuan, then burn our opponent from 12. And then we can also use Surya's effect when she is synchro summoned to go ahead and pay life points equal to the link rating of the monster we summon. In this case, we will summon out the Shaman. Of course, you need a card in your hand to discard. Adhara goes ahead to add us our Ashuna. And you guys will see here, so make sure you have another card. This is, again, like I said before, it's a 5-card hand. If you have 2 cards, like this combo obviously gets like a lot different because basically you just summon out the link 4 and just pass like that. But from here, guys, we will use the Shaman to go and proceed to discard the Imperm to summon out the Moyi. Then we can use Moyi's effect to go ahead and reveal the Tenyi Spirit Ashuna to summon out another token. Then from here, we can proceed to synchro summon away into our Shishao, or sorry, not Shishao, what's wrong with me? Into a Dragon Berserker. We already have Shishao. Dragon Berserker. Then here we can go Chainlink 1, Chainlink 2, so we can proceed to go ahead and draw 2 cards, right? So it's really good. And again, a lot of people forget that Swordsoul isn't a full combo deck. It's more of a mid-range deck where we're trading resources constantly. And when you have cards like Evil, Longyuan, and Moyi constantly drawing cards, we have cards like Surya cheating out cards from the X deck, it makes it a lot better. Just remember one thing is like, whatever you summon off of Surya, you technically can't reborn anymore, just because it's illegally summoned, right? It's the same thing as like the mouse trap card, so same thing. But that's it for my 3 combos, guys. Now let's quickly get into the deck profile. Alright guys, now we're quickly getting into the deck profile. Of course, it's a Swordsoul deck profile. I won't go too in depth on the Swordsoul cards, we already know what they are. But starting off with the video, guys, we will be having the Swordsoul Moyi. So 3 of Moyi. On normal, reveal a Tenyi monster, normal special summon, reveal a Tenyi monster, and summon out a token. Very straightforward, guys. We all know what Swordsoul does, even a Master Rule, right? Longyuan, discard the name, summon himself out, plus a level 4 tuner token. Again, remember, all the cards are level 4 tuners. Doesn't really matter, but that's Longyuan. And then we played the 2 Taya. I was thinking about cutting this card even down to 1, but seeing Taya plus Surya is actually pretty good. So, you know, to each their own, like, it's not that bad opening anymore. Before, it was like really bad to open, but now it's not that bad. And then we also played double Ecclesia, just because of consistency. But I mean, I have seen people play this at 3. Honestly, you don't really need at 3 because like it conflicts with your Tenyis a little bit. But when you're going second, it's really good. When you're going first, it's mid because like we already have ways of playing now. But I think the double Ecclesia is pretty good. Then we have the triple Surya. So Surya is the new one. If you control a worm or non-effect special on this card, if it's sent to the graveyard as material for a worm synchro monster, you can special on 1 Tenyi monsters and pay its life once. I feel like this card is just too cracked to play at 3. This card is what what's it called, like Apple Synchro Dragon, whatever that little idiot was called. This card is what it was supposed to be, but a lot better, because now this card makes it so like if our Moyi gets imperm, we can summon a Surya and still play. If our Taya gets imperm, or if we just open Taya plus Surya, we can still summon it out and still play. Speaking of which, we play triple Ashuna, we play double Vishuda, and we play double Adhara. You can technically play Vishuda or Ashuna at 3, because like Ashuna plus any of these cards is full combo. Ashuna plus Surya isn't really combo necessarily, because like it's weird, because like, you know what I mean, like Ashuna plus like special, and then the card you summon is not going to be it. But you can go Ashuna, link it away, and then summon out the Shtana, and these two will go into combo, so it's not that bad. But I still think that Vishuda at 2 is fine, followed by double Adhara and the 1 Shtana. Then of course you have the 1 Protos to kind of lock our opponent out from playing the game. And then we have triple Ash Blossom. This card's probably going to be standard in every deck, just because you don't want to lose to the mulches. This is one of the only decks that kind of has a weird Perulia matchup, where like if our opponent Perulias us, we are kind of going to have to give our opponent like multiple draws, so it's kind of weird, but it's also not that bad in a sense. And 4 Roost doesn't really hurt the deck too much, because we can just like summon 2 extra monsters and call it a day. Then we also play the triple Swordsoul Emergence, kind of for consistency again. Then the 1 Tenyinfinity followed with the target, so 1 Vessel, and the 1 Heavenly Dragon Circle. Again, like I said before, you can do like a little nasty list where like you play like 3 of this and go like 50 or even 60, but I don't know if it's good. And then honestly, in my opinion, I think Swordsoul's always been good with board breakers. I don't really know if hand traps work very well for Swordsoul, so we are playing the triple free and drop it, because it's just easy to just like load our graveyard with Tenyis and then drop a bomb like Protos. We also have the triple Thrust, and Thrust is not bad because Thrust can go ahead and add us our Talents, which is another target. It can add us our Emergence. It can also add us our Vessel, and Vessel is a bomb card, trust me. Then we also have the triple Infinite Impermanence, just as hand traps and or board breakers, and then the 1 Swordsoul Blackout. It's kind of funny because in a lot of my combos, I'm not really ending on blackout, and there's even a world where I was like, yo, what if I just side the blackout for if I go first? But I mean, it's weird, but at least Thrust can set it, so it's not that bad. So again, like I said, 42 is where I'm at. I didn't really think I could cut it to 40. Honestly, I feel like I could even put it higher if I want to, just because the deck was just so consistent. But moving on to some side deck options, you guys have seen that Bestials are in the format now, so that's why it kind of makes this deck a little weird, because like we have lights and darks in the graveyard. Because like if we only have 3, so a lot of the instances we only had 3, and one of our third names was a letter dark for Protos. If they like Magnum it, it gets a little weird, I'm not gonna lie, but that's it for the Bestials. You can also play the Bestials because they kind of pair well with Adhara. I just don't like using my normal summon on the Bestials. That's the only issue in that regard, because like feels really awkward. Then of course they are the chummies. There is Perulia, Fuarus, and there is Meows, which is also a really good card. You can play these cards. Again, I'm not saying don't play them, it's not that bad. Kind of also helps with breakers, because like it helps you see them, but to each your own, right? Then you can also play Crossout, just a bunch of hand traps and Crossout. You guys see I'm not on Desires or Prosperity, like any of the draw cards. I feel like you don't need them anymore, honestly. Like there's a bunch of cards you can play, and that was one of the reasons why I said that you can just even play Taya at 1. So like if you wanted to play 40, you can go like cut Taya and cut like some other random shit and like a Talents or something, or a Thrust, and then you can be at 40. The deck is just very consistent, right? Then we also have Flawless Perfection of the Tenyi, which is what Tenyinfinity can tag into right here. Flawless Perfection, where it says all non-effect monsters on the field are unaffected by monster effects if your opponent special summons an effect monster while you control a face down monster or non-effect, and we always control non-effect with Monk. You can draw 2 cards, so it's pretty good. If there's like some sort of hand trap variant that you guys want to play, I think it gets a lot better, similar to Desires as well. Then there is the Counter Trap. Counter Trap is okay if you're playing like more of a pure Tenyi Swordsoul whatever version. Fist of the Unrivaled Tenyi is a lot better. You can also play the one Mapura instead of the Shitana, because Mapura helps protect your tokens. And there was a bunch of instances where when I was playing Swordsoul during like Fire King format, they would like pop my card, and I was just glad that I had Mapura to protect. Also protects like Detonator. Not that like Detonator can trigger on res to pop a non-effect, but if you like bait it out, you can banish Mapura, right? And then you can also play the one Draga. Draga's not good anymore, honestly, because like we have Mula Adhara. Then the one Yazzie. Yazzie's not that good also, because like the instances of you doing it's like not that good, and like you'd rather do other plays. But if you play Bishos, there is a world where like Yazzie as a board break's pretty good. And then like set for because Mula Adhara can add any field spell, you can add our Secret Village or our Necro Valley depending. So it's pretty good. Again, like I said before, Secret Village is not that good because like we don't really have a lot of spellcasters in the extra deck as if we did. And then Necro Valley is pretty good as a blanket. Just remember that like it prevents any graveyard effects. So if there's a way to get rid of Necro Valley, like Blackout or something, it's pretty good. It just reminds you of like Mystic Mind Swordsoul. Then moving on to the extra guys, we play triple Monk of the Tenyi. We play the one Shaman and we play the one Sahasrara. This is a card that you didn't see in my combo, but it's a line that we actually go through. So when we basically synchro our Surya away, we can use Surya effect, pay half our life points to summon out Sahasrara. I know it's kind of crazy, but it's like just true, right? Basically, the reason for it says while you control a face-up non-effect, monster your opponent controls cannot target effect monsters for attacks. Also, your opponent cannot target effect monsters on the field with card effects. Quick effect, trigger one effect monster your opponent controls, summon a token with the exact same stats as your opponent. So that effect is pretty good. The main reason is like we'll have a Monk and we'll have Sahasrara, and then we'll have a Shishao. So basically it'll be like Chainlink 1, Chainlink 2. Sahasrara will provide protection to all our cards. Even if like they're going second and they're trying to target monsters, they can't really do it. We have the one Mula Adhara, which is really good. We have the one Draco Berserker. He's kind of losing what's it called, like playability, favorability, whatever, just because you have Mula Adhara now as the other Tenyi monster. But it's pretty good because like he still provides like a lot of other access. My only thing is like if you control a non-effect monster, he gets a second attack and he gets all this protection, which helps him kind of out a lot of problematic monsters. But Draco Berserker does gain the attack. Then we have the double Shishao, double Baxia, and the one Chao Fang. So again, double Baxia is very good going second, one Chao Fang. Then we have the one Cheng Ying and the one Xisheng Longyuan, followed by the Psychic and Punisher. Now the reason why I chose this over Yazzie is strictly because we can use Psychic and Punisher with Surya and Longyuan as well, followed by like other cards. So it's really easy to get this card on the board. But again, this can be the flex spot here where you like move this, put the Yazzie, maybe even cut the Sahasrara and play some other things. So that's just like up for interpretation. Like I said before, my deck profiles aren't perfect. They're just skeletons that you guys kind of can use and make them your own. Another card I think is like actually not that bad now, I'm not gonna lie, is going to be the Abyss Dragon Swordsoul. This is one card I wanted to talk about because basically he says if a monster is banished by card effect, special discard from your graveyard or hand, even if not, but banish it when it leaves the field. If this card is special summoned, you can target one card on the field, in the field zone, and one monster your opponent controls, or in their graveyard and banish it. So it's like pretty good because we will always have Tenyinfinity live. So if we have a way of getting this card in the graveyard, like let's just say there's like some world where we have him in the graveyard and then we can reborn him, he's pretty good in that regard. I just wish there was a way to special summon him during our opponent's turn. If there is a way, let me know, guys. But again, that's it for my video, guys. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you guys want to see next. And of course, check out all my socials down below, guys. I'm going to be going live very soon. Trust me, I'm going to be the future of the Yu-Gi-Oh space. My name's Hamza, like I was saying. Keep on shining. Never go on your dreams. Peace.